Hello everyone, welcome to Biotechnica. Today I'm going to talk about the updates on CUET PG 2022 and I'm going to tell you how to choose subject in CUET PG 2022. So with no more delay, let's get started to the video. Hey ardent learners, this is Caroline Green from Biotechnica. So let's proceed on to the video. The first thing when you are applying for CUET PG 2022, you need to know the website. Yes, it's going to be cuet.nta.nic.in. So when you're going to type in over there, you'll be redirected to this page. And in this page, you have to find out something called as candidate activity. And you have to click onto this one, which is registration for CUET PG 2022. When you see over there, just click onto this registration for CUET PG 2022. After this, you will see a pop-up window which will be there, which will be redirecting you to the application or the registration process. So after that, just click onto OK, and then it will be redirecting you to the next one. Yes. So this is very important. We are going to do three processes while we are going in for application. So the first one, you can see it over here. It's going to be apply for online registration. If you have not registered for this examination before, then you have to go in for registration. And the second step is going to be, we are going to fill the application form, and finally payment, or we can say examination fee we are going to do. So if you have not registered, just click on to new registration box which is given over there. If you have already registered, then you can directly go in for sign in options. So I'm going to tell you how to do this new registration process. Okay, so I'm just going to click on to new registration and it will say you have to go in for the next one. And this is the important thing. So I already told you there are going to be three steps. The first one is going to be registration, and the second is going to be application form, and the third is going to be fee payment. And we already know about how much is the fee payment. We already know general candidate has to pay around for 3 papers, we are talking 800 rupees. And general economically weaker sections or OBC, you have to pay 600 rupees for 3 subjects. So you can attempt 3 subjects according to your choice of interest. The next is going to be SC, ST or third gender, you have to pay rupees 550, and person with disability, you have to pay 500. And if anybody wants to write CUET PG 2022 and if you are staying abroad, then you have to pay 4,000 rupees. So this is given over here. And there is another important thing, download information bulletin. This is really important. When you are going in for the application process, it's really important to study this information bulletin where it will be talking about all the courses and all the central university, deemed university and state university which are involving in this process. And it will also be talking about the paper codes and the syllabus. Everything is given over here. So check in for this download information bulletins. Okay. And then if anybody wants to write subjects more than 3, then you have to pay, if you are a general candidate, then you have to pay rupees 200 for extra 1 subject. Suppose if I want to write 4 subjects. So for 3 subjects, I'll be paying 800. If I want to write another subject, then I have to pay rupees 200. So this is given over here. So you just have to check in for this one, which is given here. Okay. Yes. The next one. So we can also go in for the registration process. And then they were also talking about how much is the scanned copy of your photographs or your signature. Everything is given. So you just have to check in for this one. Yes. And then they were also talking about the password. So let's proceed on to the registration one. After checking for everything, then you have to click on to this one. I have downloaded the information bulletin and you have studied everything. And then you can click on to this click here to proceed option. You just have to click on to here. And after that, you can literally go in for this one. Yes, just click onto this and then it will take you to the next procedure. So we are going to do the registration process for the first one. Okay, yes. So first we'll talk about personal details. personal details, and then we'll be talking about the present address and the permanent address and the password and the phone numbers, everything in detail. So let's talk about the personal details. Yes, so the first thing is candidate's name. It's very important that you are going to type in your name which is given in your 10th mark sheets. So make sure that you're writing exactly which is given in your 10th mark sheets. And the next is going to be father's name, and the next is going to be mother's name. This also has to be similar to that in the 10th mark sheets. And then next one is going to be date of birth. So you can do that process. So let us do all these things over here. So for example, I'm just going to write few things. And let's proceed on with the date of birth. You can just click whichever is your date of birth. I'm just giving a random thing. You can just click whichever. And the next one is going to be gender. So there are drop-in button which has male, female and third gender. So I'm just going to click female, and nationality. So in this you can click Indian, OCI, foreign or NRI. Whichever it is, you can just click. I'm going to click Indian. And identity type. This is very important because you need to have either your election card, or you need to have your passport or ration card with your photograph, or a bank passport with photograph, or even your Aadhaar card is applicable. So in that case, you can choose any other valid government identity with photographs. So we can just type in any other valid government identity with photograph, and then you can type in your Aadhaar card or whatever you have. After that, we are moving on to the next one. So we have done with the personal details, and now we are moving on to the present address. Yes. So this is for your communication purpose or correspondent purpose. So where exactly you are staying, just type in that one. So I'm just randomly going to do it. You can literally do all the process. Whichever is fine for you, you can do it. And then it's not needed, sub-locality is not needed, it's an optional thing, you can just leave it. And then you can go in for which country you belong to, India, yes? And the state, you can also go in for states. So I'm just going to write any other, for our understanding, you can choose anything. I'm just typing something as of now. And then district, I'm just selecting wherever you're staying, just type in for this. And I'm just typing some random numbers, just type in exactly whichever is given. Then you can type in for your number. I'm just giving a random number. So you can just give some 10-digit number because you are going to get your OTP. So make sure you're typing your number properly because all the information will be communicated to this number. So make sure you're writing all the things properly and also confirm exactly what is given over there. So I'm going to type in for the same one. If everything is confirmed, then you can go in for this email address. This is also very important because when you're doing in for your email address, there would be a communication. So make sure you have your activated email ID. So I'm just going to type in for an email address and confirm the same. Okay. After doing this one, it's okay if you have an alternate number or else you can just leave it because it's an optional one. But it's okay if you have an alternate number also, you can do in for that. And if your present address and your permanent address is going to be same, then you can just click on to same as present address. If not, then you have to type in your permanent address. Next comes password. So this is really important. This session is very important. You should never forget your password, but there is an option. Even if you forget, you can just click on to forget option and you can just do this procedure. So this is very important. So I'll talk about it. So you need to have 8 to 13 characters and you need to have an uppercase alphabet and a lowercase alphabet. Along with that, you need to have at least one numericals along with some special characters. So we can just type in for something. So I'm just randomly typing. And then security questions. Security questions, when you are forgetting your password, then this is another help which will help you to this one. And I'm just going to select some questions. So what's the name of your first school? We can just type in. And after that, you have to type in for this enter security pin. Yes. So it will be variable. So every time it will be variable. So here it is, number is given. So I'm just going to type in. And then after this procedure, you are going to click on to okay. And then after this, you are going to click on to submit button. Yes. You are going to click on to the submit button. And then it will be taking you to the next one. Then comes the review page. This page you have to review all the information that you have entered in the registration form. If you want to make any changes, click on to edit button and then you can make changes, or else just submit and then you can send OTP. So it's written over here, you can see, please review the following information. If you wish to edit, then you can click on to edit registration form or press submit and send OTP. Yes. Then you can close in this box. And then I'm going to check everything. If everything is fine, then you have to make sure that you are going to click onto these boxes. So this is very important. So I'm going to click onto everything because everything is fine. So I'm just going to click onto all these check-in boxes. And after that, you have to just check in for this declaration also. So in this declaration, make sure that you are clicking onto I agree option. Yes. And then you can just submit and send OTP, and after that it will show you, do you wish to submit registration form and get OTP? Then you can click on to yes, and then you will get your OTP, where you are going to enter the OTP that comes in your registered mobile number, and then click on to the OTP and submit the registration form. Now enter the OTP and then click on to submit registration form. Yes. So I'm going to click on to submit registration form, and after that this box you will see it over here. You will see this page, very important. I'm going to show you a bit larger. So registration form we have already done. So you can see over here. So we have done this one. There are two steps which has to be done it, which is going to be the application form and the fee payment is left. Next we are proceeding on to application form. To do that, very important. This is really important to make sure that you write this application number. This is very important because this, when you're going in for sign-in options, then they will be asking you the application number. So make sure that you remember this application number very nicely. Yes. After that, just click on to complete application form. So I'm just clicking on to complete application form, and then it will redirect you to this page. This is very important. So I'm going to show you a bit larger. So you can see there are going to be contact details. So we have done personal details, other details, or any government proof, and then exam centers, and then languages, qualification details, any additional qualifications like any competitive exams if you have cleared, and the documents to be uploaded, and finally submit option. So let's go in everything one by one together. Yes. So first, let's start off with personal details. Okay, so you have to do one thing. Click on the button which is given below. So I'm just going to highlight. Click on the button which is given below, and then you have to click on to this personal details. Okay. Yes, this is very important. I'm going to show you everything. So you have to enter your personal details, which is already done during a registration form, your date of birth, everything. So we are going to make certain changes only. So I'm going to show you everything. So previously we have not talked about this guardian's mobile number, but it's optional. You don't have to give that. The next one is nationality, which is already done. Now we're going to select the state. Yes. So let's do that. State, I'm just going to select something randomly. And then category. This is very important. Category is very important. So you can choose any one of these things: general, SC, ST, EWS, OBC and NCL. So I'm going to select general. And then if you are a person with disability, this is very important. Do you have any benchmark disability? 40% they're asking. If you do not have PWD, then you can mark it as no. If you have PWD, then you can mark it as yes. So let me show both the things together. So if you mark S, then there would be another box, which is what is the type of disability. So this is for people who have disability or people who are disabled, then you will be having. So there are lists which is actually given. Locomotor disability as specified in the schedule, any one of them. If they have visual or hearing impairment or speech or mental illness, whatever it is, you can just mark it. So we will just mark it as no. So you won't have any kind of things below this. The next one, is going to be claim for sports quota. If you have sports quota, then you can click yes or else just click no. Are you an ex-serviceman? If you have, then you can click on to yes or else just click no for it. Yes. The next one, how much is the annual income? It is given. Just mark how much ever is your annual income. So I'm just going to make a random of 3 lakh to 4 lakh. And religion, you can choose Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist or whatever it is. So you can just mark your religion. And then status of employment. If you are employed, then you can mark it or else you can just leave it. Are you a Kashmiri migrant? If you are yes, then mark it as, or else you can just click on to no. Yes. After doing this, then you have to enter your security pin, which is actually given over here. So I'm just going to type in over there. After that, very important, just click on to save and next and proceed to the next one. So let me click yes. Next. Are you sure you want to submit this section? Make sure you write everything perfectly. If everything is fine, then click on to yes. Okay. So we have done with the contact details. You can literally see over here. So this is done. Personal detail is done. The third one is going to be other details. Yes, we are going to fill all the other details here. So let's proceed on. So do you have Aadhaar card? Yes, you can just write yes, or if you don't have, just write no. And then click on to submit. Yes, this is very important. So application number is already given. Your name is given. Gender is given. Your date of birth, everything is given. And this is really important. Let me highlight and tell you. So I voluntarily agree to share Aadhaar number is the first option. And the second one, my information on Aadhaar is not as same as entered in the application form. And the third one is I'm not willing to share my Aadhaar number. It's very specific that you provide your Aadhaar number. So always go in for the first option if you have your Aadhaar number with you. So click on to that. And then you have to go in for this Aadhaar number details. So I'm going to show you everything. So this is the box where you're going to type in for this Aadhaar number. So let's do it. After typing your Aadhaar number, then very specifically click on to the declaration. After that, click on to submit and then proceed on to the next one. Yes. Now the fifth process is going to be apply for the subjects and the exam centers. This is very important. Before going in for this, that's why I told you to refer your brochure and your syllabus, your paper code, everything in detail. So you can literally see over here, apply for CUET PG. Yes, correct. The next one is test paper. So before going in for this test paper, you should know what is your test paper, what is your subject, what are the universities you wanted to apply, what are the eligibility criteria. So I'm going to take you to the PDF and let's talk about in detail, and then we'll come back to the application procedure. Okay. We already know in CUET PG 2022, there are almost 42 universities participating, along with 6 state university, 1 deemed university, and apart from them, everything are going to be the central university. Now there's an update from NTA which says that there are 8 new universities has been added now. So it's a very good news for all of you. So let's see what are the 8 university. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University in Delhi, and Sanskriti University, Mathura, and Vivekananda Global University in Jaipur, and Arunachal University of Studies, and Galgothia's universities, and there are rest another 3 universities which is listed. So you can also go and study in these 8 universities. So totally we have 50 universities. So there's an update from this, we can say from the NTA. So let's check in for all other things. So we are going to talk only about life sciences. So you can study in whichever colleges of your interest. So I'm just going to go on to our page which talks about life sciences. Suppose if anybody wants to study MSc Biotechnology in Sanskriti University, then you need to have minimum of 50% of your mark. So if you want to write MSc Biotechnology, or if you're applying to pursue your MSc Biotechnology in any of the university, then what is your paper code? This is very important. If you want, please make a note of it. It's PGQP22. Very important. So you can also check in for the update from NTA. This is from NTA website. So this is a new update where they have added 8 university, what are the courses they are offering and the eligibility. Okay. Now let's talk about what is the paper code, what are the subjects that are involved, and then we will proceed on with the application process. So I'm going to leave these things which is not important, so I'm just going to take you on to this one. Okay, I'm going to list out few important things later, like what are the paper codes if you're belonging to life science candidate. I'm going to tell you in detail. You can see, yes, this is PGQ22. So this is the important code. Suppose if you are doing a BSc in biotechnology or microbiology or botany or zoology, whichever university you want to study, but the paper code is going to be the same, which is going to be PGQP22. So who can write this examination? We can say people if you are from bachelor's in life science, botany, zoology, molecular biology, biochemistry. If you want to pursue biochemistry, it can be MSc or MTech or PG diploma, anything, then you have to choose only this code. Microbiology, molecular medicine, biodiversity and conservation of natural resources, nutrition, biology or bioinformatics, animal biology, plant biology, immunology and microbiology, wildlife, ornithology or human physiology or genomics or medicinal and aromatic plants, Himalayan aquatic marine biology and biomedical engineering. This is common for all the university, but you can choose whichever university you want in the application form. So, but the examination for all these courses is, the paper code is going to be PGQP22. It can be either MSc also, it can be MTech. Just choose which university is providing you MTech and which university is providing you MSc. Okay, this is very important. Apart from that, any other courses that a life science candidate can write. This is all the courses that I told you, but apart from that, we can also go in for agriculture. Let's see for that also. Okay, you can see it over here. What's the paper code if you want to write, or MSc in agriculture if you want to study. So let me show it a bit smaller. Yeah, you can see. So if you want to pursue MSc in agricultural sciences or agronomy or agriculture extension and communication or plant breeding and genetics, horticulture, plant physiology, soil science, agriculture, chemistry, whatever it is, please don't choose the previous paper code. If you want to pursue agriculture in any of the university, MSc, not MTech for this, so then your paper code becomes PGQP33. This is very important because you are going to choose the paper code when you're going to apply. If you want to study agriculture, then you have to choose this code. Okay. Apart from that, ma'am, I want to do zoology. If I want to do botany, then the same code applies over. So I'm going to tell you all the paper codes so you can also remember this one. I already told you PGQP22. This is for biotechnology. I'm writing biotechnology as BT. And if you want to study agriculture, PGQP33. I'm writing agriculture as AG. And suppose if you want to pursue MSc in zoology, then what is your paper code? PGQP75. 75. Please make a note. If you want to pursue MSc in zoology, then you have to choose 75. And if you want to pursue botany, MSc in botany, then PGQP76. Very important. 75 is for zoology and 76 for botany. And if you want to pursue food technology, suppose if you want to pursue MSc or MTech in food technology, then your paper code is going to be PGQP31. 31 is for food tech. I'm writing FT. This is very important. Please make sure, and you have to choose all this paper code accordingly. And if anybody wants to pursue forensic science, then it is going to be 16. Forensic science, I'm writing it as FS. This is forensic science. If anybody wants to study environmental science, then PGQP32. 32 is ES. Environmental science. And if anybody wants to study applied microbiology, then 78. Applied microbiology. So check in for all these paper code, whichever course you want to study, choose the paper code accordingly. So most of you have asked questions on biotechnology. If you want to study MSc in biotechnology in any of the university, then you have to choose PGQP22. Yes. Okay. Let's proceed on. So I already told you PGQP22, there are a lot of courses which comes under this paper code. You have to check in whether it's bioinformatics or biotechnology. Rest of the courses I have listed out here, you can just check in for this one. Yes. Now you know about the paper codes, everything in detail. Yes. Now we'll talk about the syllabus and then we'll proceed on with the process, or we can say the application process. Okay. So this is the syllabus that we are going to talk for if you are going to be PGQP32. Some of you have asked in our forum what is going to be the syllabus for biotechnology or any of the subjects. So this is going to be the syllabus. I'll just take you to everything now. Okay. So PGQP22. So if you are belonging, if you want to study MSc Life Science in any of the university, list of university which is given over here. And then microbiology, if you want to write examination, pursue MSc microbiology or biochemistry or nutrition biology or biotechnology or zoology or genomic sciences or bioinformatics, botany or human genetics or life sciences, any of these things, then this is going to be your syllabus. So we already know that part A is going to have 25 questions which deals mainly with aptitude, we can say, and part B comprises of 75 questions, and we know that there is going to be a negative marking of 1 and 75 questions usually comes from your subject. So if you want to study any of these things, this is going to be your syllabus. So you can see all the things. Let me just show you everything in detail. Okay. You can see techniques. So there are some techniques which is given: chromatography, spectroscopy or microscopy or electrophoresis, everything is given, and chromosomes or chromatin structures, everything is given. Biochemistry is given, biotechnology is given, microbiology is given, molecular genetics is given, plant sciences is also given, and animal sciences is also given. So you can just take a screenshot if you want, or you can just check in for the CUET PG website, which the syllabus is actually available. Yes. So this is the course for biotechnology or life science, any of these courses. And if you want to pursue your food sciences, that is also listed over here in the same PDF. So you can look in for it. Now you got to know about the paper code. Now you know about the syllabus. Now you know about what are the courses. And next thing you have to do is the university. I told you there are 42 university previously done and 8 university has been added. And check in for all the eligibility criteria which is available in the brochure. And then now we are going to do in for this application process. So let's proceed on. Now we know, suppose if I want to study biotechnology in one university and I also wanted to study food science in another university, and I also wanted to attend for some other courses like forensic science, let's say. So at that time I have to choose one paper and extra 2 papers. So let's check what are the things we can do it here. Yes. Okay. So test paper is given here, PGQ from here, and then they have also given all the paper codes which is given over here. So you can literally see over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose how many ever subjects I want to write. I told you 3 subjects if you're going to choose. Then you have to pay. If you're a general candidate, you'll be paying 800. But if you are wanting to write extra subjects, then you have to pay 200 rupees extra if you are a general candidate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose some 3 subjects in some 3 university that I want to pursue. It's accordingly you can choose. So I already told you PGQP22 is for biotechnology or any of the life science courses. So I'm just choosing 22. And if I want to pursue food technology, then I will be choosing 31. Yes. And suppose if I want to choose forensic science, then I can choose 16. So I'm just selecting 16. And suppose if I want to study applied microbiology, then I will be choosing 78. So let me choose that also, 78. So this is how you have to select the subject accordingly. So let me choose 78. Okay, now it's done. After I have selected, now you can choose the examination center, which is also available in the brochure. Just look in for the brochure, then you start applying. Okay, after doing that, then father or guardian's occupation. So I'm just randomly selecting, and then you can also type whichever is given, and the qualification of your parent or the father, and what's your mother's one, so you can just write whatever, and then you can what's her qualification, and after that enter your security pin. Yes, after finishing that, then you can save, and then you can proceed on to the next one. Yes. The next thing, are you sure you want to submit this section? Then you can click on to yes, and make sure that you choose the paper codes accordingly based on the shifts. Suppose do not select paper codes which is on the same day, same shifts. So select accordingly, or else you will never be redirected to the next page. So choose accordingly and then proceed on with yes. So we have done contact details, personal details, other details, exam centers and the paper codes, everything perfectly fine. And now we are going to choose universities and the language. I told you the medium of instructions, or we can say the medium of the paper is going to be bilingual, both in English is also there, Hindi is also there, exceptionally I told you for languages. So here you can choose for part 1 whether you want in English or in Hindi. Yes. So I have chosen 16 PGQP16, which is going to be forensic science, and then 22 you can do you can write any of the life science courses, microbiology or bioinformatics or biotechnology, and 33 I have written this is for agriculture, and you have to select the papers according to the shifts. Yes. Next one, you have to select the paper medium, which is if you want in Hindi or if you want in English. So I'm going to select English for section A, and here also English for section A and English for section A. And very important is this one. Yes, you can see I'm going to go show you one example and you can do it for the rest of the things. What are the university you want to apply? So there are a lot of university which is going to provide you MSc in microbiology, anything. If you want to select very specifically, then you can click on to them, or if you want to apply for all the universities, then you can click on to this. So for now, I'm going to click select all for one case, and for the next one, you can choose like any one of them, Central University of Andhra or Gujarat, whatever you are wishing. And then Central University of Tamil Nadu, Sikkim University, and after that your university is selected, your paper codes are selected, your language of the question paper is also selected for part A. And next you are going to submit this security pin and then save and continue to the next one. It will ask you, are you sure you want to submit this session? Then click on to yes, and it will take you to the next page. Yes. Next comes qualification details. So you can choose any of these things from your 10th grade, your 12th grade and your bachelor's degree. So everything I'm just going to tell you how to do it, and then you can proceed on accordingly. So past status, just choose past, and year of passing you can just click whichever year you have passed. I'm just randomly clicking is at 2015, and course 10th, and name of the institution, where did you study, Andhra boards or central board or whatever it is. And then result, is it in percentage or is it in CGPA? So I'm just going to make it as percentage, and you just have to write your total marks. Suppose let me write it like 500. For 500, how much you have got? Let's suppose write some random numbers, and it will show you your percentage of your marks. And then comes the roll numbers. Just type in for your roll number, whichever is given in your mark sheets, and the institution name. Yes. And then for the 12th, do the same for the 12th, which year you have passed, 2017, I'll just randomly write, and course streams, and the name of the institution where you have studied, and then result mode, whether it is going to be percentage or CGPA. Accordingly, you select and just type in for this one, how much is the total mark in your 12th, how much you have got, and it will show you the percentage. And then comes the roll number. Just type in for your roll number, which is given in your mark sheets, and then the institution names. And then graduation. This is very important. This is your bachelor's degree. So just select you have passed, or there is another option. If you are also appearing, then you can click on to appearing. So you can just click pass, and it is 2022. Suppose let's take, and course BA, BCom, BSc or BTech. So if you are from life science candidate and you are pursuing BSc in biotechnology or BTech in biotechnology or microbiology, then you can click accordingly. And name of the institution, I'm just randomly selecting institution. How is the mode? CGPA, and just select how much is the CGPA. Yes. Maximum grade, just select according to your university. I'm just randomly clicking is as 5, and for that how much you have got. And then your roll number. And then your roll number and the institution name. Yes. And finally, enter the security pin and proceed on to the next one. And after completing this procedure, again it asks you whether you want to submit the session. Click on to yes, and then it will take you to the next procedure. Yes. So we have done with all these procedures for now, and we are going on to the next procedure, which is additional qualification details. This is very important. So if you have any additional national level examination, if you have cleared, then you can click on to that, or else just click no. So if you're clicking no, there won't be any boxes which will be coming over there. But if you're going to click yes, if you have cleared any examination, what are those examinations? So GATE, GPAT or CMAT or IIFT or UGC NET, how much ever it is, you can just click on to this. And when did you pass this one? You can just type in for your score. After that, again, you're going to write your security pin and save and proceed on to the next one. And then it will take you to this procedure, which is going to be the document upload. So what are the documents that you need while applying? One is going to be a photograph, which needs to be in the form of JPG. All your minimum size and maximum size is given, and choose and select accordingly and then upload. And then the next procedure is going to be signature. After selecting that, then upload it, and finally you are going to click, after doing all these things, then you are going to click on to final submit. Make sure that you're submitting and checking everything properly. After doing this, then it will be taking you to this payment procedure. You can pay it through your debit card or your credit card, or it will also redirect you to this net banking procedures. So this is all about the application process, which actually talks about your first registration procedures, and then your application form details, and finally the payment method. So we have dealt with all these things that you have doubts in your mind. We talked about the syllabus, we talked about what are the universities that has been added and the paper codes, and how the application process of CUET PG actually takes place. So everything is done for you. If you have any more questions about CUET PG 2022, you can just comment in the section below. For your information, we will also give you all the links of this brochure on syllabus. Everything will be available in the description box. All the very best to all of you who are going to write this CUET PG 2022. I wish that you're going to get the college of your interest along with the streams. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much for joining, and we will meet in the next video. Thank you, all of you.